today we are going to be looking at the N-scale arch, the Hudson, and we shall be building it together and seeing how hard this kit is to actually build. So stay tuned and let's get to it. All right, so let's get to opening this kit and see what's actually inside of it. Side. All right, so here we go. So they actually have a good guide to explain to us how to lay it out. I'm thinking, oh, here's the template, which is very interesting. It'll give us a good idea with all the parts written down so that we don't get lost. And if I remember right, they have these nice guides here that tell us what, what we're going to actually be doing. So as we go down, we'll take a look at our parts. We have small parts here, so let's keep these safe. Let's put them here. These are to tie the ropes when the boat is docked. Here we have the laser etched on. It seems to be cardboard on this one. Might want to airbrush this one just to be safe. This is the H1 part. We'll see where they go when we start building the plan more finely. Seem to be cardboard or maybe a small light wood like balsam or something. A few more panels here. This is definitely pressed board. As you can see, it's really fiberboard, small light cardboard. So we'll go from there and we'll read a bit of the instructions and we'll get to assemble this. So yeah, after a bit of research and reading, these are made out of SBS sheets, which are in essence, high quality paper, paper cardboard. Okay, so on this one, we're really going to be, the instructions inform us that we should be painting the parts first, and they give us color coordinations and things to do, but I really firmly believe that it's going to be easier to just mask what we need afterwards and airbrush as we go along. So we're going to try it this way. We're going to assemble, then mask, then airbrush, and finish off with a clear coat over everything. Probably matte or in between. We'll see when we get there, but let's do it this way. So we're going to start with the assembly and I will go step by step. So my go-to glue in situations like this is to use Weld Bond. You apply a bit as you go along, and Weld Bond is actually one of the strongest glues I've seen. So this should help us accelerate the gluing process as we go along. So as per instructions, step 1 states that we have to insert glue tabs on H2 and H3 into the center row of slots on the H10 base, and 5 H6 cross braces, and then H4 and H5 side supports. So we'll go one step at a time. There are tab slots in H3, H2, and H10, but they're not as symmetrical, so we have to be careful on that. And we can use tape to secure them in place, but we'll see how it goes. So how do I know which parts are which? Well, on the last page, you have the H10, which is here, H4, H5, and then you would have your H6 over there, H16, H15, H6 up here, another H10 up over here, H6 and H6 on these. So these are my cross braces, and from there we'll start building up. I'm going to start by cutting out the parts that I need, and we'll leave them here on the side. Right, we've got H6 out. Let's do the same with H2 and H3. Those will go probably in here as we go along, but these are next. So we'll cut our tabs and we'll go from there. Here's one piece. Now we'll go and get the other one done. we go. Now we'll get the other small parts we need and we'll go from there. We've done the H6. We're going to do the H4 and H5s. These are the side supports. Yeah, be careful to really push your knife in so that you don't cut too high and break your parts. Of course, these can always be fixed because we're going to have to paint them, and we can always apply a bit of putty or filler to correct this. All right, so what we'll do is we'll come and install our parts in, and then we'll take them back out to re-glue them. So just to give us an idea of how these are supposed to be placed, we'll insert them. You see, this one's upside down, so it has to go the other way. To see if they don't install one way, you turn it around and it goes the other way. All right, then you would put these over here as you go along. Oh, I forgot to cut one. We'll have to go back to the cutting board and cut the one that you missed down here. That's why I like to verify before I actually put the glue in place, just to make sure that we have all our parts and we are doing it correctly. Right, this one will come here. That works, that will glue perfectly, and these would go on the sides afterwards. Okay, so we will start with these parts in first. All right, let's add a bit of white glue. That should be enough to start. We don't want to put too much in. As go along, we'll add some if need be. Not to scrap anything as we go. All right, so I like to apply it, on the surface that will be sticking to the bottom. So we'll come in here and just lightly put glue all along the bottom. That way, and the parts are we're kind of going in firmly. So I'm pretty sure that we won't need to put tape to hold them in place. They are quite firm to put in the holes. So let's go with that. Let's see what how our first part goes. straightforward. Not too hard to install. No glue on the under parts, but glue on the sides. We're fine, that should hold. Let's get the other one done now. What's fun with this glue is that when it dries, it becomes transparent or invisible. So that way when we will paint, and it's very easy to paint over, so if there's excess and we need to paint parts, we're not gonna have a trouble, you know, hiding this glue, and everything will look normal at that point when we paint. All right, let's just add a bit more dabs on this one. And there we go. The other way. Yep, now our tabs are aligned, and we can insert them in the holes like so. What I like to do at this point is just to come in along this and remove the excess glue, or spread it out, you know, because we want this to hold as much as possible, but try to remove all the excess, you know, so that'll keep us from having extra work done as we go along. All right, now these do not have a direction, so, but we will be gluing them the same way. We'll be applying dabs underneath. And I will come into this hole here and here and apply a bit of glue so that when the tabs do go in, like so, they have glue in the corners. So right away I will wipe the excess off and spread it out, so we have as much as possible to hold the parts in place. I really like the quality of these N-Arch kits. They really go the extra way to make sure that, you know, everything fits perfectly and everything lines up. And the kits are actually, some are harder, some are easier, but the quality is always there with their kits. All right. Of course, my layout is in N scale, so everything you'll see me do when it comes to kits will always be in N scale. Shouldn't be too different from the other scales for the assembly. It should be just bigger, smaller parts that you're actually gluing or getting done. So the instructions would go for all scales, I'm pretty sure, but I haven't really tested the other ones to make sure. All right, here's another part. There we go. And now for the last one. Make sure that they're really pressed in correctly. Just go back over them to make sure that I spread the glue as much as possible, remove the excess. All right, and then we can get up to the sides now. Might have to sand this down a bit afterwards, but that's okay. Let's try doing it differently. Let's try putting glue on this one instead. I think this should be better. I think it'll be better, yeah, if I put glue on the insides instead. Here just to spread it out. Then we'll come in here and apply our sides. All right, so our inner structure is now complete. We'll let it dry a bit and we'll come back to it soon. Right, so we have the H15 and the H16 and the H10 and the H9 over here. These should be very similar, but they are our end pieces, so we need them to close off the barge on both ends. We'll get them off really quick. This is like a very solid cardboard piece. So it's so funny. We used to do them with wood, but now we're doing them with like cardboard. The results should be pretty similar at the end, but we'll go over that at the end of the videos. Applying quite a bit of pressure here to get these cut. Maybe they could have gone over it with the laser a bit more, just to, you know, not go through it, but shorten it a bit. The attachers, what's attaching them to the plate. Anyways, just a bit of thought on my side. All right, for the next part, we'll work with our pieces upside down to apply these in place. And then we'll come and glue in our parts here, and then we'll have to wait a bit for them to dry as we go along. But it's pretty similar. We do both sides the same. We'll put glue and we'll dry them in place. All right, so we'll put some glue down. Let's spread it out. Insert our parts like so. And we'll come and fill the cracks in here with some glue. Yeah, you see, this is the ones where they probably want us to use tape. So, but they are still holding firmly, so to me that's still fine. Let's wipe the excess off. Yeah, as such, we'll come in and dab our brace across here. We'll put a bit of glue. Spread it out. And we'll also come in here with our excess and come and apply glue in the bottom. So we want to make sure that these parts don't unglue over time and are nice and snug. All right, so that's one side. Like so, and then we will come in and do the other side exactly the same. All right, this one here will require drying time because it'll have to dry. Otherwise, it will just come off. All right, there we go. Let's come in here, wipe off the excess glue. And for the visible parts on the boat later on, we'll probably be using a non-wood glue or non-paper glue. We're going to be using probably quick PVC glue or quick glue. That'll make sure that, you know, the parts will hold in place once we install them. Yeah, this is not the best solution for now, but we'll come and install them and make sure that they dry. So let it dry a bit.